This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting, proudly sponsored by Boohoo Man. I'm joined by Darren Till in Dubai. You're fighting on the Social Gloves Knockout. Yeah. It's going to be pretty good, Darren.
I think it is, yeah. It seems to be shaping up to be quite a nice event, and now obviously I'm on the card as well, so yeah.
Have you had boxing fights in the past? You had amateur boxing fights, any pros before your MMA?
I had like around 6 to 8 unlicensed fights when I was a young lad, like 17ish. So it's not like it's my first dance, and obviously I've always come from a striking background, so it's not like it's new to me. Do you know what I mean?
And is boxing going to be your new thing? Are you going to go back to mixed martial arts? Is boxing the new home of Darren Till?
I think for now I've been focusing totally on boxing, so I think for now I'm going to focus on boxing. But there's possibilities to go back to MMA. I'm still young, as I say. I've been to the top of the game, and so there's a lot of options out there for me.
And obviously your opponent fighting on Saturday, obviously Tam Khan's organised the whole event. Do you know much about your opponent?
Not really. I know he comes from an MMA background. You just have to look into these guys as quickly as you can, especially with these last minute things. So, I'm sure he's prepared. So we'll see what happens.
And you're meant to be fighting this month on the Mike Tyson card. Yeah. Obviously that's been called off. Was that a big disappointment? Did you expect to get postponed?
Yeah, that hurt me a little bit because I don't know. I was training to fight an ex-world champion in Julio Chavez Jr. and obviously the fight fell through. Not the fight, but the card fell through. So I don't know. I was majorly upset, but I think I can relive that in November when they put the card together again. So I'm not. I'll still push for that fight.
Well, it's November 15th. Is that signed off for you guys? I think it's still happening November 15th. Yeah, no, is that 100% on, or is it still up in the air?
Yeah, it's still up in the air. I'm just going to wait for the call from them guys. They've been helpful with me and that. So I'll just wait to see how it goes. It'll probably be confirmed all in the next few weeks. So we just see what happens with that. I'm not going to hold my breath. You know what I mean?
Okay, and then as long as you beat Chavez Jr., I know you're the favourite for that one. Is the Jake Paul fight on the horizon? Is that what you're aiming for, what you're gunning for?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's either Jake Paul or Mike Perry at this point. Me and Mike Perry have got a lot of history, so yeah, so...
I thought you'd resolved your beef with Mike, though.
No.
It's always back and forth.
It's always beef. Never. It's always war with Mike. We always push for war, never peace.
How does Jake and Mike Perry go?
I keep 50-50 on both. I don't know. Some days I say Jake because I know Jake's the bigger man, but then I don't think you can rule Perry out. Perry's a tough man, and he's been beating all these veterans now, so it's like, yeah, I think it's a 50-50. I think I'm gonna sway towards Jake a little bit more.
Okay, interesting. And then does the KSI fight tempt you? I know that I was on kind of the rumours, the headlines for a little bit a few months ago.
No, me and KSI haven't really been spoken about, to be honest. There's never been anything there with me and KSI, so... yeah, I think if it was there, the opportunity, obviously, because he's a big name as well. Yeah, but at the moment, it's not really been a thing between me and him. Fighting on the bill, maybe, yeah, but as of yet, nothing's been said.
Who do you reckon gives you a tougher fight out of KSI and Jake Paul?
I don't know. Jake Paul does, but I still don't consider it a tough fight. I just don't see how Jake beats me. I'm the same size as him. I'm better. I'm slicker. I'm fast. I'm more explosive. I'm not being arrogant with my prediction. I just don't. Jake can't beat me. He just can't beat me. And if I'm being honest, Mike Perry can't beat me either. I think I'd have a tougher fight, obviously, in bare knuckle with Mike Perry because he's that guy. But still, I just don't see on the stand-up where they beat me. It's just me being truthful of my analysis. It's just.
Well, I guess when you make a statement this Saturday, then you can put yourself out there and a lot of talking points. But I'll let you go, Darren. I do appreciate your time. Anything else coming up for yourself in the future?
I just think if I'm gonna obviously perform well on Saturday, and then I think it's push for these big fights. These big fights for me are like, as you say, your Jake Pauls and like your Mike Perrys and that. You know what I mean? So. That's what I see the future being for me now, all these big fights.
You can get paid very well for those fights.
I think so. I think the paydays are going to match up, and I think that's what I deserve. I've been in this game a long time. I've sweat a lot of blood, sweat and tears, so I'm deserving of it.
And one last thing, actually, I've just forgotten. Do you still keep in contact with Mike Bisping?
Yes, all the time. Nice. Sent me a message the other day, wants me to come on his show. Mike's a good friend. I consider Mike a friend, not an associate, so yeah, Mike's a good guy.
What about you and Ariel Hamani?
Me and Ariel are good now. I'm glad we had a little beef for about like a year or two. So yeah, we're good now. Me and Ariel, we're good.
Awesome, glad to hear it. Darren, I appreciate your time. Thank you, man.
Appreciate that,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you. Yeah.